Yeah, there's something uh, I've discovered that I want to share with everybody, especially those who are looking for healing or looking for, let's say, you are looking for God, something like that. And also, why people who are office workers or who are like work in the office industrial areas seems to have health challenges as against those who used to be farmers or happens to be in the natural environment. You see it. Gone are the days. If you go to a village or you go to a typical African community, you see most people being healthy, older, and still looking strong, fresh, and all that. You see, if you see somebody with pot belly or health challenge, then that person is like from the city. Yes, or that person has lived in the city and is back in the village. That's where we see them with pot belly, stroke, and diseases. They come to say that, But let me give you something, or why it was like that, or it is like that. You see, the realm that we are in, it's life or each realm on its own. But what I discovered is that there's something again living within this realm. For example, see behind me the trees. You see how it's shaking? You see how it's shaking? The trees behind me. Yeah, you see it? See, yeah, if you can see. Yeah, see how it's shaking. You see it? You see how the trees behind me are shaking like this? Okay. See, it has stopped, or it's not shaking so hard as it used to be. You look at it carefully. Yes, it's shaking, but sometimes it shakes heavier or more or rapidly than it is now. So we are taught that we are in breath, or what we breathe is air and all that. So my question is, what actually happens before these trees begin to shake rapidly or with more force or differently? What happens? So what I discovered is that we are in a realm which is of its own, but then another entity or another realm or another being lives among us or passes by, which we can call God or whatever name you want to call it. You see it? So God is not a man or woman or whatever. God is anything. But in this case, because what passes by or what makes these trees shake is what actually we take in as humans to be able to survive. That's why perhaps I want to name it God. You understand? So there's something that keeps walking around or moving around. It's not, when you say walking, perhaps we are thinking of something having legs. So let me put walking aside and say moving around or hovering around. You understand? And it comes as when it wants to come. It moves. You see, at the moment as I'm talking, the trees are not shaking. They are not shaking anymore. See, they are all cool now, quiet now, standing. a bit shake small, but initially, or you see it in a jiffy that it starts to move rapidly. So what makes it act that way? And that's what I'm saying, that there's another entity that keeps moving around, which gives life, or which add to our being. You see now? You see? You see? Aha! You see? It's shaking. You know? You see it? So something is moving around apart from the air we know we breathe. Inside it or with it, there's another entity that decide to do it things which we are not, perhaps most people are not aware. Let me put that way. Most people are not aware, but I have seen it. And those that happens to be in the typical African village, or farmers, or in the natural realm, we encounter this more often. We meet this more often, or this comes to us more often. We enjoy this more often than someone who sits in the office, who happens to be in that box they call office, or room, or a person who happens to be at where these things doesn't get chance, or this thing doesn't get chance to penetrate. You see, let's say right now, as you are watching me from your office. You are in an enclosed area, so that entity, or this entity I'm referring to, wouldn't get the chance to come inside to be moving things, or to be moving around. You see it? And because it adds to our life, to our being, and you are not getting it, it means it's minus for you. Like right now, I'm enjoying it, or a moment ago I was enjoying it. You wouldn't have it that way, because you are in an enclosed area and it wouldn't get the chance to come in. But then within where you are in a realm, open space, right? Or there might be air there. You understand? But that entity which moves, or which was moving these trees so rapidly, you wouldn't get it. And as time goes on, from time to time, as you are not getting it, you keep losing what it has to offer. Unlike someone who happens to be at where it happens most often. And to my conclusion, or to my analysis, I would say it can make you fall sick, because it has its own thing. You know, immediately it starts to work, you feel it. If you are at that place where it's happening, that thing that moving around, when it comes, you feel it. Like you are shirtless or clothless, you feel it more. In our local language, which is Triakan, you can say, and from do simply means this air is good, is sweet. When it happens that way, that's what we say. And from do literally translate into English as the breath. But to me, it is not breath. Because when it wasn't doing the shaking thing, I was still breathing or feeling the breath. You see it? So what is it? Mystery. I've discovered something. I just showed you. You can also do your own experiment or research or whatever you want to call it, to confirm or to actually find out what it is. And then you will understand. Thank you.